Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the 7th day comic book news recap video.
By GeekRest.
By GeekRest and Aaron from the Comic Show.
Yeah, with Adam Carolla.
Adam Carolla. What does that make you?
I don't know.
That makes you like Jimmy Kimmel, like old school.
Whatever.
Nah, that's not. This is a comic book weekly, video. I said that. It's all the news that's worthy of speaking.
Yeah, it's the stuff we talk about throughout the week, and then we sit down here and
it's like, let's put it on film. Greg Rucka. This is the thing I wanted to talk about the most. He just came out yesterday. You know him. He's had a great run on Punisher, and he mentioned a couple weeks ago several weeks ago that he's going to be leaving Punisher. That he was kind of asked. He was kind of told actually that we're putting Punisher in another book, most likely a team book, something, which wound up, looks like it's going to be Thunderbolts.
Absolutely.
And he kind of went vocal about how the fact he felt he was pushed out, and a little bit that the companies are not utilizing their talent well.
Right, and the way I see it, he wasn't saying that it's not their authority or their place to say they want Punisher in the team.
Right.
But it's that you take a baseball analogy. You put the team together and you let them freaking play.
Yeah.
Sure, the individual team owners don't own, the Orioles or whatever. The players don't own the Orioles, but and the editor doesn't, the coach doesn't. But you still put your players in their best positions and let them play well. You don't hinder them.
And he's been doing well. He's been doing very well. But he's complaining that Marvel's not using their talent. They're trying to make sure that the books are out on time, over the quality of the work.
To the extent of even getting 2 shipping a month.
Yeah.
So, that's a little bit.
And he says he got burned by DC, but he was well aware of, what he was going into when he left the company. And
very, I don't want to say diplomatic. He was very, honest and forthright about DC. You know? He was like, I'm to blame for some of how I was treated. I'm to blame for some of how it panned out. But still, I don't feel like I was treated well or utilized well, or my stuff wasn't promoted well. When he first left DC, and he said he was going to just do creator-owned stuff, and then he shows up on Punisher. I'm like, what's going on? He said you're going to do creator-owned stuff, now you're doing Punisher? I don't understand, give me some more of your stuff. But, he made some good points about DC. He did the Gotham Central, which didn't sell well issue per issue, but to this day, it's still collected in trade. Still, the soft cover of Volume 4 just came out recently, and it's still churning, and he was one of the 4 guys from the 52, the original 52 that came out weekly, and he's a really talented guy that can do really good stuff and create good stuff for these companies. And he created good stuff. He created the Female Question. He created the new Spectre, which had been done away with the new 52. But he's like, why should I toil and create these things for these big companies when I could use my creative energies and juices to create my own things?
Right. So he's basically saying he's done for work for hire.
Yeah.
And I guess he's leaving Punisher on 16, and he said he's going to be doing a 5-issue miniseries.
Yeah, that was
Max.
Basically
and then
announced. It was a Punisher Warzone.
Yeah, Warzone. And he didn't burn. I mean, he burned bridges kind of, but he was articulate. He didn't pull a Liefeld and shoot off at the mouth. He said, the best line he said was, it's like telling a shark not to feed.
Yeah.
He's like, I understand the machine.
Why Time Warner, why Disney needs to do this stuff.
I mean, you gotta imagine with Disney coming on board and them changing the game pretty much as far as, the way they make money.
Right.
DC is going to be doing the same thing. So he does make some very good points about how the industry and these publishers,
and that had to be part of what the New 52 was about, was let's streamline all these intellectual properties so that we can turn them out better as TV shows and movies and video games and all that.
Smart.
And, that's it's corporate synergy. I hate the word synergy, unless it's in Jim of the Holograms. But, it's a little bit of, tinged irony where it's like, these corporate monoliths are trying to make comics to get them into movies and Hollywoodize it, when the creator owns stuff, they make their money when it gets made into movies and TV.
Right.
So, I'm not saying that, but still, if they're going to create stuff, why create stuff for movies that Disney owns or Time Warner owns? Why not create stuff for movies and, Walking Dead TV show and whatnot that they would own? So he makes a lot of good points, and he made them in a great way, and it helps that he is actually very talented.
Yeah.
So that goes a long way.
Carry his words, that he actually has some weight.
And Brubaker was leaving Marvel too at the same time, and those were 2 co-writing buddies on Gotham Central.
Yeah,
so.
they're big.
So, I hope they have something together.
I'm curious what he's going to be doing next. I mean, who knows? But like you said, make some movies off your own. Punk Rock Jesus, the movie.
I think that those guys that are all in Portland should just quit Marvel and start their own image for good writers.
Clear image.
Something.
Yeah, something like that. And okay, Marvel news was coming out. A lot of Marvel stuff. Marvel Now, everything.
Yes.
But one of the things they slipped out because the solicitations were all released for December. Amazing Spider-Man number 700, the big issue everyone's looking forward to. That's it for the number.
Right.
And they're gonna. Well, nothing's been announced. Everything's in the air now.
Well, January hasn't been announced. So,
but where's Dan Slott going after that? Chances are it's gonna be a Marvel Now Spider-Man book.
Chances are, yes.
But
every other Marvel Now thing has been a new creative team on those characters. They've shuffled the deck.
That's the biggest draw. That's cool. And they did something like that in the 90s where they stopped Amazing Spider-Man.
So even though it seems like Dan Slott's going to continue on it, maybe not because it's Marvel Now.
He might not.
What I heard was Doc Ock's going to graft arms onto Spider-Man, and that's going to be the big thing. He's going to have extra arms, so he actually has 8 limbs as Spider-Man because Doc Ock grafts.
I think you're playing with me.
That's what I heard.
That's weird. That's weird. And Captain America is another book that's going to be ending in December as far as the numbers go, which has been pretty much a team-up book, right?
Right.
He's with Black Widow right now or something like that. That's another book. And the .1 teasers. This is kind of new. They're, Agent Coulson on the cover, Ant-Man.
Agent Coulson by Nick Spencer from Morning Glory. That's kind of cool. 2 X-Force books, and you're like, what, huh?
2 X-Force books is awesome, and these were the teasers.
The Uncanny is great, but have we still seen any characters or covers or anything for Uncanny?
Yeah, well, Sam Humphries and Ron Garney, they're doing, they got Psylocke on there, and who else? Forge.
No, Forge was the Cable in the X-Force.
He's Cable
in the
X-Force.
It's already causing confusion in the marketplace.
Yeah.
And they had this Wanted on it, and Colossus was there, and I know well, I probably shouldn't say, but I've read A vs. X 12 digitally by Marvel.
But you will.
So, there's certain characters that are wanted after A vs. X, so that looks like what Cable in the X-Force will be.
Yeah.
Because you remember Cable, started it in X-Sanction.
He's been in a coma,
so
right?
Cable in the X-Force is going to be these wanted mutants, and Uncanny X-Force most likely will not. Wouldn't it be awesome if Uncanny X-Force was tracking down Cable in X-Force? That'd be badass.
The Uncanny X-Force book sounds like the team, and it sounds like that's the real deviation. They're trying something new with that whole mix of characters. Everyone's a wild card, but Cable in the X-Force, that's cool. Cable's always a draw for me, even if it always somewhat becomes a disappointment a little bit in my mind. But I'm a '90s X-Force lover. I love Cable.
Okay.
And what?
I like Hulu now. I have Hulu. I have Netflix. I don't really need cable anymore.
Dude, I don't have high speed cable. I just got.
So
that was a bad joke.
Basically, what if Uncanny X-Force is tracking down Cable in the X-Force because Cable in the X-Force is wanted? That'd be cool.
That's cool.
All right. Maybe not. Who knows? Maybe Thunderbolts will be tracking him down. Something.
Right.
I mean, a book about wanted mutants after A vs. X is rife for crossovers.
Yeah.
For people in other shared universe books hunting them down.
Right.
So
we'll
see.
That's the whole point of the X-Force. But I'm excited to see Sam Humphries on that.
Yes.
Because, dude, this is his second big Marvel project. I mean, if you were to take where he was a year ago and, where he is now and what's coming for the next year, he's got so much on his plate. This is the first time there's ever been 2 X-Force books on the market at the same time.
Right?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, there was minis. There was X-Force
minis.
And then X-Force Shatterstar mini.
Dude, I don't remember that. But I mean, that's kind of cool. And then DC was throwing out their solicitations as well. A lot of stuff. They were showing all the cover art for the Death of the Family story arc, which looks
great with the
beautiful
with the die cut covers. That I think it's going to be a die cut thing where the gimmick is it's Joker with his face mask of his face,
right?
And you pull it off, and you think you're going to see his gnarly ass muscle stuff, but it's really going to be like Batman or Batgirl. I think all of the tie-ins, the first issues, are going to be die cut with Joker and thing, but we'll see.
Dude, I don't even remember the last die cut cover I saw, but
I don't know.
That was another thing. Yeah,
I don't know.
Punisher Wars, that's cool.
But then the other thing is that is regular cover price. and it's not a variant. Anyone can get it if they want it. So, if you're gonna have a gimmick, don't make it a chase gimmick. Just make it a regular gimmick.
Yeah. And what is it? This was cool. I like this. Justin Jordan. They're putting on Deathstroke.
Cool.
That's cool because it's not getting canceled. That's nice. I like Deathstroke. I have not liked what
Rob Liefeld is done with it.
They want to say it, but he did. And I don't know if Liefeld's doing issues 13 and 14. There may be a stand-in guy, because I thought 13
probably,
was
because Frank Thierry is writing some of his other stuff now, so Grifter, so he's staying in for that, so probably.
All right, well, I know Justin Jordan comes in on number 15, and of course, he had great success with, Luther Strode book, and he's doing Shadow Man for Valiant Comics coming up.
Exciting. I'm going to get that Valiant Black super rare variant that won for the top 500 stores on Tuesday. I'm going to
take that Valiant Black.
I think it's going to have the Shadow Man in it.
Yeah,
so I'll have it
it's
early.
got a black slipcover. It's cool, but that's very cool. And GI Combat was canceled.
It's weird.
It's like the second time it's been canceled.
Well,
because it was Men of War.
War books just don't really sell that well. I mean, that's just a fact. Even Azzarello doing something with Joe Kubert that I loved, it didn't sell very well for me. But it's a $4 book with a backup. Just try I don't understand why they replaced it with a $4 book. Just try a $3 book for a war book.
Try it out for
Men of War was a $4 book, and they replaced it with a $4 book. Just do GI Combat $3 and see what happens.
Right.
I mean, I don't know.
That's smart. I used to love the war books that DC put out back in the day, in the 80s and 70s. Even they had a good pulpy feel to it. I don't think they tapped into it too well.
I like that DC does these other genres and trying this with the Edge thing, but it's like a double-edged sword when it's like this shared universe. So you have this shared universe, and these other genre books a lot of times can't be part of that shared universe. I mean, All-Star Western was very cool with the Night of the Owls, and where it was the Owls way back in the West. But by and large, these genre books for the Edge have the other problem of not being able to tie into the greater DC universe and the shared universe. So there's that. So it's like, well,
one of the best examples of making it work like that was Marvel's Old Nom. When they threw Punisher in there, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, wait a second, this is, and that helped develop the character too. That was a smart use of cross genre books. Right. If they did something like that with DC Comics and if they had done that, maybe we could have done. But it only went out 7 issues.
You know what would be cool? A World War II book where the classic JSA characters in the New 52 never had powers, but it's like, oh, there's Alan Scott and Jay Garrick just as regular ass soldiers in World War II.
That's cool.
That would be neat. But they didn't ask me.
They should go back to more
They didn't ask me.
And finally, just a little bit of movie and TV stuff. Well, I'll mention this. Geoff Johns announced that he's going to be writing an episode of Arrow, which is kind of cool because everyone loves his Smallville episodes.
Yes.
I mean, dude, it could introduce Justice League, America, and stuff like that, and that's cool.
I dug it.
He's introducing Huntress on that, and James Gunn is officially confirmed. Everyone kind of knew it, but James Gunn's going to be directing Guardians of the Galaxy. Yay! And if you don't know what that is, it's basically a Howard the Duck spinoff.
It's like, what if Howard the Duck was a raccoon? And no, I'm just kidding.
And didn't smoke cigars.
I love Howard the Duck, and I love Roger Raccoon.
Yeah, so that's pretty much all the weekly, news. And a recap, little video, a little short. Now we're gonna go watch The Avengers on Blu-ray.
Hell yeah!
It's in my hands.
Wait, that's early.
That's what we do. It's early.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like we're a week early. Bragging rights.
Cool.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.